Hey guys, welcome to Copernicus Corner. I'm back over in Watch of Realms, and we've got some stamina built up. I intended to come back on a lot sooner than this today, but didn't make it back in until recently. I ran a few more gear raid 1 raids, and I think I collected the mod, so all is well there. We've sent the harbor out a few times today. Can't do that anymore. And let's head over to events and see what we have. First of all, we have War of Fates that has some kind of a reward for us over here. We're getting just absolutely stomped in the red versus blue contest here. Divine League versus what? I'm not sure what the other one is called, but regardless, just smashed. But that's all right. No big deal. Ends in 6 days and 4 hours approximately. Let's go on into it and see our personal points here. We just got, looks like 1 ancient summoning crystal and 1 legendary skill crystal for our 2207, well, 22,700 points is what we have. It took 22,650 to get those rewards, so very cool. Looks like we've got 200 stamina as our next reward, and that'll come at 24,300 points, so that's a ways away. Alright, next let's head over to the Engravers exhibition, which is where we put stamps into patterns and we get rewards for that. So for this one, it looks like we need 12 stamps on the board. Obviously, we won't be able to do that many right now. Let's do the 2 that we have the stamps for. So there's 1, there's 2. And as luck would have it, both of those went into locations that are part of the pattern. So that's cool because it means we don't have to swap them around later and use more engravers rings. Alright, cool. Let's check on Barud over here. Looks like he's just refreshed. That all looks fine and well. How about the arena? How's that look? Okay, gained from defending against other players. 2 arena coins for that. And that was just from our defense team, which probably needs to be updated, but I haven't gotten around to it. All of these guys are pretty high for us. We beat the guy who had 315,450 and the one who had 316,949. But otherwise, I think let's go ahead and refresh this. We got a free refresh there and see what we're up against. Looks bad. Looks really bad. I don't think that I could beat any of these guys, so we'll just hop on out of there for now. I think that I did all of my faction trials that I could do, which was not particularly impressive. Alright. Other than that, let's go. I'm debating. Do I do the storyline? Do I do the Void Rift? I think I'm gonna do the Void Rift. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the Void Rift. That seems good. And see what we have going here. Oh yeah, right. I was on this this Goblin guy. Goblin guy is just like a gold winning thing. He says, "Are you also eager to seize my treasure?" And what's interesting is we don't actually get to answer that question really important. I guess it's just like if we fight, then that's the answer is yes. Our actions are gonna speak louder than our words here is what I'm gathering from this fellow. He's not really excited to be fighting me though. I noticed like he's not even really that interested. He's still laying down. He's kind of like, so, I guess I'll get up if I have to. Alright, the higher the deployed hero's DPS is, the more rewards you will earn. And it's got the same look as all of these Goblin Gold levels too. So, we're just going to, have to burn them down, block them off, same as usual. Now, I really don't see any actual need to change what we have here, but I guess the want is there to change for Setrum because I feel like Setrum is better DPS than Morrigan is. So there it is. And also he can hit further. So let's just do that and then go ahead and move forward with this um, with this level. I'm just gonna put arrogance. I suppose I'll put arrogance here, and then I'll put Idrin in front of him. And then let's see, who do I want to put next? How about Wrath over here? Wait, that's not the best spot for Wrath. Wrath over here, right? And honestly, I'm not even sure if that's a good idea. Because if we do that, we're going to decrease the range that arrogance has to shoot in. So maybe I don't do that at all. Maybe I just go with like Cetrum next back here. He can shoot out this way. And then we can put an eye down, maybe going this way, or not an eye, Nora is her name. And we can stick like, I don't really want to blockade arrogance in, but I could increase his DPS, his attack speed, by putting Gluttony and Baron, or not Baron, I keep saying Baron when I mean Wrath. Gluttony and Wrath out, and also, for that matter, the other one. I think I may as well go ahead and do it. We'll do Gluttony and Wrath, just anywhere, it doesn't really matter where. And let's go ahead and throw Dao Chan out and put her into DPS mode. And then we can follow that up with Greed over here, and again, mostly just to boost the attack speed of the Nightmare people and Arrogance specifically. The rest are not all that important. Let's go ahead and shoot Cetrum's thing off here, and let's, they're not even making it very much out of that bottleneck over there, so I think that's about as good as she gets, really. We have 72 out of 81. Greed's slow kicked in right there is what happened, and actually, unfortunately, because in this instance, it would be better if they weren't slowed down, because all slowing down does is to keep them out of the gauntlet a little bit longer. But regardless, it was a pretty fast session there on the gold level. Let's see. Let's grab these diamonds and gold, and then look around, make sure there's nothing else just kind of hanging out here. Not seeing anything, so I suppose we go on this direction, which is the direction we had been heading previously. Now we have this fellow here. He looks nice. He's got a lot of tentacles. He's sort of floating. That typically bodes well, right? I think so. Alright. Anything that creeps along on tentacles has got to be good. The foolish vermin. How dare they challenge my lord, he says. Abyss. Ludwig the Hierophant will cast life leeching to immobilize the target. Eliminate the tentacles to dispel the debuff. Now let's look at this map. We've got 2 blue portals to protect. Hey Dale, how are you doing today? And then they've got 4 incoming ground portals where they're going to be pouring out their monsters from. We're going to have Ludwig the Hierophant, who is immune to crowd control effects except for slow. He's got these abyssal tentacles that he'll spawn in random areas, or so it says, to attack heroes, and they can be kind of nasty. He also has this life leeching thing he does, where he immobilizes a random hero on the platforms and prevents them from taking any action. Now you'll notice that it says on the platforms, so the melee characters are not going to be affected. It's just the platform guys. Split Sacrilege. Ludwig casts an abyssal curse upon skeleton fighters in battle, causing them to undergo a split. Then we have Rampage. After a specific duration in battle, enters the Rampage state, significantly increasing attack. Which is actually interesting because it doesn't tell us what that specific duration is in the battle. And I'm sure that probably we can find it somewhere, but it's just kind of strange to me, like, after a specific duration, but it doesn't tell us how long. How odd, right? It says, Ludwig has been reborn from the abyss with a horrifying power granted by his master, the Eldritch God. Ludwig has now lost his humanity. And then we have Baron Salem. He's a common melee monster. We got Adag's followers. She's wearing light armor. And then a skeleton fighter. Everybody's melee except for this guy here, Adag's follower. And of course, Abyss is immobilizing platform characters, so I think that's something to keep in mind if you're going to keep fighting this guy. Alright, now, what do we want to do? Um, I mean, I think it's fine as is, really, and I don't see anything wrong with the group. Um, let's move forward and give it a go. Alright, so we got him coming from through the top first. Let's go ahead and stick Arrogance out in front. And we've got somebody is making haste in his direction. To tell you what, your stubbornness has rung the death knell. As in, guess we'll find out, eh? Let's go ahead and put Edrin here, I suppose. And there comes what must be Ludwig, your friend and mine. And we'll stick Egil here. And I better throw Dao Chan out so that she can start kind of healing some folks up since those skeletons have come into play. Alright, we've got a Nora. Why don't we put a Nora? I don't know. Decisions must be made. I suppose we can put a Nora here. And then she can call out her little dragon friend and all that business. We've got Cetrum. He has a very wide spread, so why don't we put him... I mean, I feel like right here looks pretty good. I like it. We have Edril ready, so let's have her go ahead and fire, even though I should have waited a second and, you know, used her thing on the boss only. But that's alright. I did what I did. I think just to get a little more speed going on things, I may stick Wrath out. I suppose over here, but I feel like that tentacle spawned right in here. Ah, well, that's alright. Let's just face down with him and go right there. Always move him if I need to. I don't know if I can... Nah, I can't hit anything from where he's at right now. Let's zoom back on out of there. May as well put Gluttony out somewhere. I don't really have anywhere in mind. I guess I'll wait. Wait on Gluttony, but we don't really need any more DPS with anybody right now, so give it a second. Almost everybody has their ultimates available. I'm going to go ahead and use Dao Chan's. Ludwig is doing crazy stuff over there. I don't know if you guys saw him or not, but he was going nuts a bit. Ah, good. We have Wrath facing the wrong direction. Excellent. Alright, let's use Edril's special power here and apparently let myself get killed by a tentacle for a whole minute. Cool. Cool. Great. Now we have this guy here. Let's stick Gluttony over here to deal with this tentacle. It's all from facing Wrath in the wrong direction. I could pick him up and move him, but I think I'm not going to quite yet. I'm gonna just wait for folks to be able to come back out. And then we can revise this abysmal thing we've done here. It's fine. I wonder if I stick him here, will he be able to then hit? Yes, okay. So now for Dao Chan back out. And I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I won't pick up Wrath quite yet. Let's give him a second. We'll pick him up in a minute. Start shooting Ludwig a little more incessantly. Pick up and stick Wrath in place, and then he can hit the tentacle and the guy. He says, "Oh, I failed you, my lord." Completed. That was a miserable example of placement. I don't recommend it. It only worked because my VP is higher than what is required. All right, let's pick up all this gold and treasure and all this. Another rift has emerged. Quicken your pace. All right, will do. Quickening. Pace is quickening. We got 3 flawless meteorites, 5 diamonds, 10 mithril, 80,000 gold, 6,500 hero XP points, and 1 void surprise chest. Now, who knows what we'll get from the void surprise chest? We'll find that out later. Okay, nothing else to do here. Let's click on the portal. That was phase 2 of 3 of this event, I think. Okay, so nothing doing that way. Come over here and grab this mithril. Times 20, no less. Alright, we got a chest sitting over here. I'm waiting patiently to be, looted, really, pilfered. Here we have this fellow. He has a mouth in his stomach, or perhaps it's even worse than that. He almost has a full face on his stomach, and I feel like he's like this monster. And his face is really where the stomach is, but he's just got like a false top to make you think he's a guy. If I don't know, maybe if he was wearing a nice shirt that could protect you from seeing the hideous mouth, and it's moving. So I don't know. I'm not exactly fooled by this look he's got here. All right, he says, "Flesh. You are too scrawny to satisfy my hunger. Where on earth am I? I can kill for some food." Alright, so the guide says, heroes with true damage or defensive penetration abilities will make the battle easier. Now we have one of those. His name is Nocturne, and I don't have him leveled up very much. Execution skills are very effective against petrified monsters. I don't know what execution skills are, but I'm guessing it means something that just absolutely kills it. Like, say, I have some guys, I think, who I've seen at least, I don't know if I have any, that just like die if you hit them at a certain low percentage. Like they're already at like less than some percentage, and you hit them and you die. Dale says, are you pulling for Narissa tomorrow? I don't know who Narissa is, but maybe. I have been saving up some diamonds. I think I have like 7,000 some odd diamonds. Don't really have any summoning crystals to speak of. I think I've got a couple of legendary ones, maybe like 1 or 2 ancient ones. I don't know. What kind of a hero is Narissa? What does she do? Alright, let's go engage in battle. Its recommended BP is 366,080. We have 484,867, so the odds are good. We're gonna not have too much of a problem with this, whatever it is we're about to face here. I guess I better go back and look at it, because this is a strange assortment of characters that I have, and it occurs to me that it's probably whatever I had whenever I did the prologue for this thing. That's my guess. Let's look at the guides. Okay, we've got 2 portals to protect. They've got 4 ground portals that'll be coming at us. Sublime stone statue Lasir, a magical stone statue with a fragment of Lasir's soul sealed within. It will appear on the battlefield and shelter the Void Rift monsters. Man, we hate that when they shelter the monsters. Alright. He's ranged, light armor, boss. Okay? We're carrion hounds. They have petrification, blessing. When a monster's HP is less than 30%, Sublime Stone Statue Lasir will petrify it using Petrifaction Blessing, improving its defense and magic resistance greatly. Contaminated by prolonged beating of carrion, these canines are violent and fast moving. Alright, then we have the Scaled Komodos. Those are the ones we've fought against this whole time. However, it looks like everything has this petrifaction blessing from, obviously, the Sublime Stone Statue that gives those abilities. Stitched Carrion. Alright, so, good to know. It seems like it could be nice to have some marksman in here. Dill says Narissa is a lot like arrogance. Well, I like arrogance, so if she's a lot like Narissa. Oh, okay, all right. Hold on. Dill says not Narissa, lol, Numera. Same range and hits flying mobs, but she's magical instead of physical damage and does poison instead of burning. That could be useful, and I have like, Phelan. Phelan works with poison as well. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Where was that? I gotta look at the map again. Okay, everything looks fine there. Keep failing here. I wanted to check how many portals or how many platforms. Looks like we have 6 platforms that are usable at least. Probably 8 usable platforms. So if it comes to it, we have enough of them. So, with that in mind, I think we switch out Phelan with Cetrum. I need to pull an eye out. See what we have in the way of marksmen right now that are decent. Obviously, Eatrils are a good choice for this. I think we move Edrin over here. We throw Edril into the crew, and I feel like I would rather right now have the low level chick with the good Lord benefit. Don't know her name, can't seem to remember it. Is it Leia? Maybe. Healer? That one right there. That's the one. She has a very good Lord benefit that I think will come in handy here. Dill says so many similar sounding names in this game. Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely so. Okay, I think that looks okay. And probably have forgotten about someone entirely, but that's okay. Again, they're looking 366,080 as their suggested BP. We're well above that, so don't think it's going to matter too much. But still, it's sometimes it's the thought that counts, and thinking things through is good long-term habit to get into. What I didn't do, for instance, right then, is pay attention to exactly where that guy's going. So we're gonna just hope he's coming this way. He was. That's wonderful. All right, lucky. All right, now he's not dying because of this little thing there. Whatever it is, I don't know, but it's doing good for him. So then we'll put Edrin on the other side. And then I think we need Cetrum out here to start on his stuff. Hey Cody, how you doing, man? We've got I think probably Edril here will be fine. Then let's see, probably Brienne might be the next move to make here. Now where should I put her though? Maybe here? Sure, why not? Here seems fine. I don't really have anything. I guess I want probably Cetrum's ultimate to go off more than anyone else's as far as that goes. Guess I could put Wrath and Baron out. I'm not really sure that I want to right now, so I'll just actually stick with putting Dao Chen out and sticking her in DPS mode. I should probably put Wrath and Baron out, but at the same time, kind of don't want to slow down the progress of all this stuff, seems to go a little faster. If they could just walk on into that DPS a little bit, Alright, looking at the stats, we got Etern at the top there, followed by Arrogance, then Cetrum, then Edril. Yeah, alright. That's fair. complete this. Oh, let's see here. Cody says, got my PSS from beating GD 1 and 2 today. Blackrust wants to know what a PSS is. Uh, but it's a polished soulstone, turns out. He figured it out before the answer came in. He ran with us. Good job, guys. Alright. Got some meteorites of various kinds and whatnot. And now we have a bird. It's not really a bird, it's like a vampire. I'm the queen of dark nights. I promise my fangs and claws will make you tremble. Well, if that's all, it's a little trembling now and then. Alright, brace yourself for flying monsters in this stage. I am braced. Absolutely braced. We got Sublime Stone Statue Lasir again, so he's going to make them have to, it's like a shield type deal or something. He's a fancy fella, this stone statue is. Cody says you'll learn all the Watcher lingo over time. Yeah. You and me both, Lackrest, man. Alright, we got the Carrion Hounds here. Avoid Seeds. Alright, let's see. Carrion Hounds, Avoid Seeds, Stitched Carrion, and Batwings Banshees here. Batwings Banshees, you're going to need some marksmen to take them down, but I think we've got that all taken care of. What's interesting is I don't actually see any flying portals, I only see ground portals, but I assume they'll just be popping on out of the ground portals without any hesitation. What also is interesting is that from the look of these creatures, it makes me feel like they're male, but then everything, written about them makes it clear that they're female. It's very interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and try to click better and engage in battle. So they're recommending BP of 366,080, and ours is 493,587. So again, this is not probably going to be that big of a deal to do. I have already forgotten what the map looked like because that's how it's going today. Alright, so we have Arrogance, who will stick right here. He can cover a little bit of both sides here. We have this other portal that is unpredictable there, and now I see the flying one is down in the lower right. So, that's good to know. I don't have any way to defend the portal up at the top. I'm going to have to just have somebody there who can... yes. I was going to say I'm going to have somebody there who can DPS, and that is valid. I think I'm not going to waste Setrum there, though. I think I'm actually going to put maybe Idril there. I just had something bad happen, and I wasn't paying attention to what it was. That's probably not good. Oh well. Guess we'll see. Yeah, he can't do anything to those guys. Unfortunately. Alright, well. What I can do is put Citron here, and then he can cover everything a little bit. Alright, that's what's going on. We got a guy on this side going around behind us. That is not exciting. Yeah, I guess I'll put that there and there. Sure, why not? I see. So I think that's probably what occurred here. I failed to notice a dude come around this way, or two dudes perhaps, because you see the soul stone thingies down to 1 so far. Dill says you should be really close to the end. I think the end of the Void Rift. I think I'm decently far along because I'm definitely on phase 2, or I guess I just finished phase 2 through. So it should be, I would think, close. Don't know. If I'm more than 2/3 of the way through, though, it's gotta be good for something, right? All right, now I could stick Brienne out. I'm not sure it's really necessary. I guess I may as well, and then she can help with this banshee coming along here. Let us throw this into double time. I think maybe it already was in double time, and I just didn't realize it for a moment there. We can go ahead and kill those guys off with section real fast. All right, so 31 of 31 there. Um, whoa. Oh, okay, Cody's asking about guild versus guild fights. All right, I don't know anything about that. I have seen some things going on since the update last night, though, where people are having trouble um, getting into the game. So my understanding is that it's affecting only U.S. servers. I'm on a U.S. server, of course, and it has not affected me, but one of my guildmates, you guys have seen Bagajoa, is having trouble getting in. Um, Apparently, I don't know, it says that it needs an update. That's weird. What's going on here? I wonder. Why? Well, he seems angry. All right. But yeah, so they're having some issues, and apparently, I don't know if well, it's hard to say. Um, but hopefully it'll get fixed soon. That's all I can say about it, I suppose. Now we have this hooded fellow who says, "By sacrificing thee, I may return to the loving embrace of my lord." Yes, that's all fine and well. The Dag Summoner. Kill the Adag Summoner before the monsters start to merge. And so we have 6 oncoming portals for this one, and we have 2 to protect. We've got the Sublime Stone statue, making it a little more difficult to do things there. We've got Elite Slime Devourers that basically 2 of the regular Slime Devourers merge into each other and they become Elite Slime Devourers. And we've got Scaled Komodos, Tyrant Slimes. Tyrant Slimes emerged from Elite Slime Devourers, apparently. Their big mouths are filled with sharp teeth, able to easily tear enemies into shreds. That isn't what you expect from a slime, is it? Yes, never have I seen a slime with teeth, not once. Alright, then we have Slime Devourers. Those are the ones that merge into the Elite Slime Devourers. The Dag Summoners. They're the ones who are going to be summoning the Slime Devourers with their Slime's bugles, apparently. Interesting. Then we have Carrion Hounds and Void Seeds. Now, the Adag Summoners are light armor with ranged abilities. Everything else is melee, except, of course, the Sublime Stone statue, which is ranged. So, cool. I'm kind of trying to get an idea of what I want to do here. Again, I think that, okay, we look at the recommended BP on this one, it has gone up to a reasonable amount. Not quite where we're at yet, but approaching. So we're at 493,587 BP with our current group. So we're overqualified by like 70,000 BP at the moment. Let's go ahead and start this. I didn't see anybody flying, but we're still going to use the marksman. Their advantage against the light armor and things like that. Again, I did not pay sufficient attention to what is coming out, but I think it was on this side of the world. Okay, we've got a guy over there who is doing this summoning of the slime monsters, and I wonder if I could just go kill him. Would that be a fun thing to do? Perhaps. Feels like it could be a fun thing. What if I stuck Idril over here? And she could, kill everything as it comes out. And then what if I start Cetrum there to finish things off? Um, so then we can put Arrogance out in his usual kind of a lineup. Gotta be kind of careful. Looks like we're gonna have another summoning portal up to the upper right and one a little bit lower down. So that's what I'm seeing at the moment. Let's try to get, I guess, Edron out here. Makes sense. What next do I want to do? Maybe we can put Brienne somewhere. Where will we put her? Maybe here to take care of this guy. Kind of out of folks now, though, unfortunately, as far as that goes. Probably didn't actually need to have Laurel along for this fight, but since she's here, let's just toss her here and give a little bit of, um, oh no, I saw it right as it was at the bottom. Oh no, failure. Um, did not pay attention to the side over here. All right, too bad. Okay, let's see. Looks like Dill and Cody are saving up or something over here. Aim for your captain. Man, I don't even know what that means. Is it for the demons? We're talking about demons now. All right. I suppose I can. Well, I don't really see the need to do anything right now. I'm okay with things as they are. We're in double time. Nobody's actually getting hurt. Everybody's being able to kill people just fine. Of course, Wrath is struggling against this little dude down here, but that's alright. He can struggle for a minute. I'll use Cetrum's ability in a moment, and I think that'll, you know what, I'll use it right now because we're at 21 and 22. Oh man, that is rough stuff over there. He's trying so hard, but he doesn't have any kind of strike through. So great. I thought that Cetrum would be able to hit him from there, but he's just slightly outside of the range. Let's use her. See if she can do anything. There we go. All right, yes, I'd forgotten about the painter and the paintress. Um, that's cool. Haven't released all of the details yet. All right, cool, cool. All right, so that was another sad display there, but we made it through. That's what matters. We got 3 flawless meteorites, 5 diamonds, 10 mithril, and 6,500 hero XP versions there. Alright, I suppose first and foremost I'll come and get this chest that's just sitting over here waiting to be picked up, and these diamonds that are doing the same. Then I guess we'll come and do this gold fellow over here. New tactician coming soon. That's cool. I only have 1 tactician so far, and I wasn't quite impressed enough with him to level him up yet, unfortunately. Now, this lovely goblin is actually standing. It's like he cares about his gold. He's got it on his shoulder. He looks like he's ready to, he's ready to protect some gold right now. Alright, we have the same map as usual for the gold fights. So, we'll just move forward and engage in a battle here. Looks like we have 518,906. They are recommending 429,977. Oh, Cody says there's going to be a new faction of champions. That's interesting. Alright, we'll start this. and see what we've got here. I'm going to, once more, I'm going to stick arrogance here and then put Adrian in front of him. Um, and really stacking up wrath and gluttony behind there was fine. I'll stick Citrum over here. I'd kind of rather not stick Greed out where I did before, I think, because it felt like that slowed things down a little bit. So we'll move it in a little bit so that he can still get his, tiny amount of damage in without without having an effect on the speed of the guys, because we want them to step in. Let's put Chan over here and put her in DPS mode, and we'll use Anora's thing because why not, right? Last time I didn't end up using my people's stuff, so let's just continue to throw them out there and use them. Alright, here come the big fellas again. But it's just they're not quite big enough for their own good, I think. Cody says bunch of good stuff coming this year. Well, awesome. Cool. Enora is very handy. Um, I do appreciate her damage output and hope to be able to put a little more work into her. But I've got her up pretty high at this point. She's third on the DPS right now. She just did a little bit more than Setram did. And granted, she's not doing as much as Arrogance and Edrin, but she's also not maxed out on her spells and stuff either. So Cody says Nora is awesome. I completely agree. She's doing very well. Alright, we've got here some coins and some diamonds and all that business. And we're on 25 out of 28 on the completion, like the exploration progress here. Now what do we have? Rest in peace under my sands. Let them take your soul home. Your sands? You think your sands are going to take my soul home? That's interesting. Alright, Void Lord Lessir weakens heroes' healing skills. Turn them quickly will make it a lot easier to win the battle. Well, cool, we're all about that. Alright, here they have 6 oncoming portals. We have 1 portal to defend. I'll try to defend it from all sides this time instead of letting somebody just kind of slip in the back like I've been doing for funsies. We've got Slime Devourers, Elite Slime Devourers, Edax Summoners, Stitched Carrions, Void Seeds, and Tyrant Slimes to look at. We've got some portals spaced around the board, or not portals, but altars. So that's something to consider. Killing those guys off as they're doing their summoning is never a bad idea. Alright, let's go ahead back in here, engage in battle, and I didn't see a great spot to stick Laurel out, so I would rather just not bring her, and I do want Nora in here anyway, so that seems to make sense to me. See if I want anybody else along. Right, I think I'm okay with not doing it. I could bring Nocturne just because of his ability to do the true damage, and that could be a good idea. But I'm going to do the bad idea instead and not do that. They're recommending a BP of 482,560 for this. We've got 510,978. Seems fair. The Leia girl is just hanging out in that location. I didn't pay attention to where he was going. Let's see. We have options, but I think really I think I'm gonna actually start with Idrin this time, right here and facing this way. I think that might be a good placement. Then we're gonna do Arrogance next, facing this way, I think. Now I'd like to get Idril out. And it doesn't matter terribly where she is in a lot of ways. I think I'll stick her maybe up here, but let me check and see where else can we put people. Um, okay, so depending on where they come to do their summoning, Wrath could be helpful out there. I think we'll put her over here for now to take care of this portal. We've got, oh wow, okay. So this one actually could have taken care of two summoners with one person. Didn't realize. Alright. We've got another portal up there. And one down here. I feel like we might could put her here. Facing up. And then Cetrum can cover this entire area here. I think. We'll see. Dill says there's a lot going on in this fight. Yeah, it's gonna keep us busy for a minute, for sure. Okay, that guy is going all over the place. He's got a Void Whisper going on. So I'm going to use a her thing and try to knock him out a little bit. They killed Nora over there. I thought that might happen. So I don't want them to kill a couple of my guys, actually. I think I'll come protect these wings because they are on defense right here. Let's stick. Do I want to put Baron out? I don't want to put Baron out right now, I don't think. I'm okay with those guys getting beaten upon. Let's see if I can stop him from running. Oh, that's a big hit right there. Alright. Fun times. Didn't get that off in time, unfortunately. Well. Let's see. How many more things do we have here? Is it 8 out of 21, right? Ouch. Rough stuff. Fortunately, we have Wrath, who we can stick out, and I think... I feel like we better face this way, even though I want to face the other way. Didn't get to use her thing either, dang. It's a shame there. It's a dang shame, I tell ya. Alright. We gotta try to do something about these folks. Let's see if we can throw... He can't quite hit from there. So I'm gonna have to try there. And there. Alright. All is going swimmingly at the moment. We've got a guy over here feeding upon whoever I have sitting there. No idea. And they went on in. Wrath, that's who that was. Man, they made it through. Yeah, Wrath is no defensive guy, that's for sure. Alright, let's see here. Now that we have some idea of how that goes, let's check it out. See if we can do better this time. Okay, let's see. They're gonna come in and do a lot of beatings of our guys. I need to have Dao Chan out ready to heal up my main party there in the middle and keep that from being an issue. One thing I did learn is that I can put... Okay, first of all, first guy comes this way. And so this was fine to do this direction. and arrogance facing the other direction. Okay, so we can face them out this way, and that's fine. Need to get Dao Chan over here, taking care of that situation. We have Nora, which we can put over here for these two. Her and the dragon should be able to take care of those. Alright. We've got Etril can come down here. I think for that, maybe. I'm not sure. He may be a little too far for her to get through. I'm not sure. Then perhaps we can have Brienne up here. And maybe off on those. I'm not sure. Let's use her ability up there. Now we have Setrum we can put here, I think. Alright, let's see. How's that gonna do? Who knows? I want to try to kill that slime as much as possible. And then let's go ahead and turn her thing on and she can help out with whatever's left over here. And hey, why not put our level 16 out while we're at it? Okay, let's use Cetrum's ability. Which is fine as long as he lives. Alright, now we've got possibly I stick him down here. Yes, I think so. Surprisingly, it looks like that level 17 healer did keep her up. Okay. All the main portion of that is done blowing us up. So let's stick Idril back out, Brienne back out, Citrum back out. I think I had him here, facing down, and that worked okay. Got some guys on Etrim down there, so knock that out. He's close enough to hit with this, and her ultimate's ready. That guy's almost dead now, but unfortunately so is Arrogance. Let's throw Wrath out there. We don't have anybody over there beating up those guys, unfortunately, at the moment. So, that's a shame. It's alright. Now we have a Nye back, or a Nora rather, different person. And we can stick her back in the same location. Put Cetrum back where he previously was, which was working fine. And then in a moment we can get Brienne back to where she was. Let's go ahead and use Nora's ability, or ultimate, as it were. Throw Brienne back over here. It's pretty decent. It's pretty okay right now. Don't see anything that's going too terribly wrong. Let's use her ultimate. And that should be the end of that. Okay, let's see here. What did I say in here? Oh, Cody says, I love Wukong for this stage. His stuns on the boss are so good. I sniped him with Silas and Hex. I know who Silas is. Or no, I don't know who Silas is. I think I've seen him before. I know who Hex is. He's really cool. Wukong is also really good. Cody says that will definitely work too. Yeah. Dill says the good thing about Void Rift is that the fights are all the same, so once you learn them, it's just a harder version all the way through Nightmare. I don't memorize I don't memorize visual things very well, so it's going to take me longer than most, I can tell you. I'm very visually inferior, I can assure you of that. Cody says it only need to do them once, then they get auto cleared. So glad we got auto fights and void rift bosses now. Dill says, yeah, those auto fights save so much time. Sure, that's true. Alright, so now we've got some chests to open and some various things. Looks like we've got 10 flawless meteorites, 10 diamonds, 80,000 gold, 20,000 hero XP potions, 1 rare summoning crystal, and 1 void surprise chest. Nice. Okay. Let's see, for now, for instance, I should say, which way was I going? Obviously not that way. Let's try this way. It says that I'm 93% through this. So did I need to know? No, that's not the way. Alright. Gonna get there eventually. Maybe we go down. Oh, we don't go down. Can't go that way. So what have I missed? 26 to 28. Ah, here we go. This might be... No, maybe not. It's dark, like I need to go over there. But alas, I cannot find the way. Strange. I don't know. Don't know how to get there. I mean, I can click over there. No, nothing happens. Alright, wrong way perhaps. Well, do I go back through here? Did I miss something maybe in another level? I see. Dill says, I bet you missed a single chest. Cody says, yeah, most likely. Gotta go back to the portal. Oh no. Dill says that happened to me before and I had to go all the way back to page 1. Well, I guess I missed 2, right? Because it's 26 of 28. It's highly possible. Again, I'm not a particularly visual individual. And so, I mean, if something was sitting there and it doesn't have, like, glowing lights pointing at it with arrows and words, actually, all it actually needs is words that tell me, like, hey, this is a chest. Then I'll be like, oh, look, there's a chest. But otherwise, man, I'm rough. So, nothing there. Back again. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. There's one. Oh, and a dude, too. How interesting. I just want to try and file this, obviously. Okay, cool. So there was that, and here's the guy. Once I rend you asunder, the warden shall grant me liberation. I don't know. I wouldn't trust him, man. Anybody who enslaves you is questionable. Alright, after the blasting corpse dies and explodes, the healing received by surrounding heroes will be significantly reduced. You need to dispel the debuff as soon as possible. Well, that's a shame. I don't have much in the way of debuff dispellers, so... Cody says, well, that definitely makes sense. Right, yes. Alright, so we got the Adjudicator, we got a Blasting Corpse, we got Skeleton Archers, and we've got Cleavers. So we have a mix of ranged and melee, we've got light armor and common armor. We've got a guy who is apparently going to be a bit of a pain about, you know, putting debuffs on people. That's the Blasting Corpse, I think, yes. Reducing healing received to them, and this guy devours souls. I think I'm not going to worry about it terribly, and I'm just going to try to DPS them from a little bit of a distance. We've got one portal to protect, and it only has one entryway into it. We don't seem to have any flying oncomers, so they have to go down this path. Not sure how many people I can put out there, but I mean, I feel like there's a way forward here. Let's go into it. Looks like it's suggested VP is 143,360. We have 494,018 right now. So I'm not terribly concerned about the situation. I think I will put a Nora in instead of Greed. That's not a Nora. That's a Nora. Oh, yeah, okay. So she's only level 55 right now. She needs 5 more levels to even be max level, much less anything else. So, um, that's good to know. Okay, let's move forward, I think. And again, I don't think it'll be any use to put Laurel in this fight. She is, the people aren't in a good location for that. So I think we'll stick out once more. Arrogance again here. I feel like probably we want to try to blow these people out there. So why don't we go this way with him? And then um, maybe just do this way with her. And then I suppose I'll throw, what I should have done is moved Idril over one and then put Dao Chen where Idril is. But we shan't worry about it. We're going to just continue this throwing out of DPS process and just not worry about it too much. Let's zoom out a little bit and see what's going on a little bit better. Let's put Idrin out there. That one is, I don't remember what kind of critter he was, but he's a dead one now, regardless. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and use his special here and burn them down quickly at a distance. The adjudicator fella will be coming along here in a moment, probably to eat some souls and whatnot. Somewhere, I think that might be the adjudicator right there. Not 100% sure. Beat up on Anora. Not like a huge deal, really. I suppose the next time somebody comes out over there, I could put Wrath out if Anora's not ready to come back out. You know what, though? It occurs to me, hey, why don't I go ahead and I should have at the time put the healer girl out there too, and then not have had that situation. Or there's Hollow, which I completely forgot that I had. Cool. All right. It doesn't really matter. 26 of 26. So 3. You got progress 98%. So did I miss somebody else too? Perhaps. Or maybe it just means I need to gather this stuff up. Alright, that was it. Alright, so looks like we're gonna claim this and get 25 flawless meteorites, 70 diamonds, 70 mithril, 5 insignia of endurance 2s, 360,000 gold, 50 stamina, 62,500 hero XP potions, 1 rare summoning crystal, 1 wisdom amulet, and 1 spookies. Oh, nice. Okay to that. And yes, we would like to leave the orbit at this point. Very interesting. So that was the first time that I completed it, I think. It shows that I still have something, I guess, to claim. Oh, I see. I have to claim. Okay, alright, I see. So we claim things, and it's like I assume it's like quests, essentially, or achievements. Quick claim. We got 200 mithril and 1 rare summoning crystal for phase 1. phase 2, we get 1 ancient summoning crystal, 300 mithril, and 1 rare summoning crystal. So it looks like it's more of a, it's like if you complete the first phase per week, maybe, then you get these. I don't know. Dill says we'll probably be able to do elite next week. Cool. I've got 1 ancient summoning crystal, 300 mithril, and 1 rare summoning crystal for that. And then for phase 3, I've got a Gear Ascension Material Choice Bundle. Not sure what that is. I'll check in a second. And a Heart of Thorn, which I also don't know what it is. Okay, let's first look at this. Select and get one of the following spirits. What is a spirit? No idea. But we can get Kukulkan's spirit times 200, Primitive spirit times 200, or Enchantress's spirit times 200. I've seen something about this before, though. I feel like maybe I got something related to these spirits in the past. Not sure what it's all about. Then we got the Heart of Thorn, which is a class legendary artifact. When taking damage, this is for defenders. When taking damage, there's an 8% chance of dealing damage equal to 10% max health points to the attacker. Well, isn't that cool? I mean, that could definitely increase the DPS of, of any really good defender, right? A significant amount. That's cool. Alright, so these you get the first time you do it. I suppose after it's a one-time deal, it's like a achievement essentially. That's what I'm gathering here. Alright, cool. So, oh, see, I tried clicking on it. I wanted to know what the little thumbs up was, and unfortunately, it has put me back into the into the map here. What's this? Oh, it's Olog. I forgot that we have Olog now, right? That gave us Olog when we got him, and I think I forgot about that entirely, and so I haven't done anything with him. I don't even know. I don't know how to search for him. I guess if I sort by rarity, that ought to put him somewhere. I have no idea what he looks like. So I'm gonna just scroll through. I don't even know if he's a defender or an attacker. He's one of those. Let's try looking for defender or attackers, right? Because I'm pretty sure he's one or the other. I'm sorted by rarity. So this should work, right? I think so. Is this him? This is him. Man, nice. Alright, cool. So there's Olog, our level 1 guy, who I know nothing whatsoever about except that you guys say he's good. What does he have? Stops attacking and shifts to a defensive stance for 25 seconds, increasing physical damage reduction by 40% and block by 1. That's his ultimate. Then we have a physical attack. It's just for 1 ahead of him. Deals damage to 1 enemy, normal stuff. Silver Shield. Every 12 seconds, casts a shield that can absorb damage equal to 60% of max health. Alright, cool. He is a defender. It looks like I did promote him up at some point, so that's good. I unlocked his stuff. Alright. That's attribute increase, and attribute increase all the way up. Let's check out his awakenings. Is there anything fun here? When gaining shields, shield strength increases by 10%. Cool. Defense plus 100, HP plus 1200, all damage reductions plus 5%. And when the ultimate is triggered, grants physical damage reduction of the same duration to adjacent allies. That's cool. Alright, so that's his 5th awakening, if that would happen. Alright, so for now, he's just gonna sit there, happy in the background, I think. Alright, let's get out of there. Come back over to the root who has some new items for us. Nothing exciting, but they are new. How about let's refresh one of these free refreshes we get per day. See if there's anything. No, still nothing exciting. Let's try again. Free refresh. Dill says, dude, I beat a content creator in Arena the other day. Mystical. Well, awesome. You know what? You can beat me in Arena any day of the week. Alright, now, we got 5 auto fight attacks for 20,000 gold right here, so I'll take it. And then we'll use this free refresh. And that was it for the fun stuff. Gold root hats. Let's see here. Finished off the Void Rift. That's good. Probably ought to check the mine here. And we got 4,250 coins, 3,250 XP potions, 21 stamina, 2 auto fight attempts, and 3 mithril. Always cool to get the stuff out of the mine. It's always, I don't know, just like a little pleasant addition. You never know what you're gonna get. It's good stuff. Alright, events. We have, could do the zombie invasion. I do want to do that at some point, but I don't know if I want to give it a good go or if I just want to go through it, quickly. Let's check and see what this reward over here is. It's an achievement, apparently, for battle. Clear the Void Rift normal and get to claim more rewards for that, which is 100 diamonds and 10 achievement points. Cool. I like 3 diamonds and achievement points. Okay, got that. Now, let's go to the guild over here and check on the Drake's Chasm daily, I think. Dill says, I saw that CC avatar border and I was like, it's go time. Nice, nice. Good job, Dill. Good job. Alright. What ought I to do? I haven't tried out... I don't think I've tried out Anora in any of these dragons. Let's try Nightmare 3. That's a fairly nasty one, I think. I apparently have tried out Anora because there she is. Okay. So I wonder what I was doing here, because this doesn't look like I was trying to live. I wonder if I was just trying to see what people's abilities were. I was doing some testing, and I was using the dragons to test basically DPS against single target that doesn't die. And I may have been doing that here. This does look like probably my top DPS guys. And I probably just threw Del Shannon for the buffs and the Lords in for the buffs, I suspect. Okay. And then in that case, I'm going to have to get a second healer here for sure. I think on the Nightmare 4 I'd had to use 3 healers to make it through, but I'm definitely gonna need 2 healers to make it through this. Del says I just redid all of my arena teams. Cool. I'm not sure who I should remove right now, but I think maybe just for... Yeah, no, I don't know. Let me think. Probably... Okay, who am I putting in? I could put in Hollow. She could do healing, but she can't remove debuffs. I really think my highest level that can remove debuffs right now is Aaron, sadly. Alright, I think, well, let's see what he does. He just does a single target killer, he doesn't do any debuffs. I didn't think so. I hoped so, but I didn't think so. Alright, So, and I've hardly used this one, but I think she's just, yeah. Yeah, she's another single target healer, doesn't do the debuffs. And I think that I need that for this guy, right? I think I need that top. So the question is, do I want to use him for this? He's an AoE healer, and he dispels the debuffs. Okay, there for a minute, Dill. I glanced over and I read your message, and what I read it as is I literally copied them all from manga videos, but it's working really good in Platinum 3. And I was like, manga? They have manga videos about this? That's crazy. Which doesn't even make sense, right? Like manga videos, that doesn't even work. But now I've reread it and you said manga videos, which makes not a lot more sense than manga, but I'm assuming manga is someone's name. And manga could have been someone's name too, but it's the whole thing. Very interesting. All right. Okay, back to concentration here. I think I may, of all things, I may take out. Okay. Gotta look at this again. The more faction allies there are around the team, the more frequently this takes effect. And thus far, or as a result, I should say, I don't really want to remove my people in this faction. By that same token, I don't want to remove the ones from Nightmare either, because that's going to help Arrogance do more DPS. And Arrogance DPS is good DPS. So, I'm thinking I remove... Maybe, I don't know, it's a tough one. Maybe I remove Xena? Let's take off Xena, and gotta throw in a healer. Now, again, I could put a debuff remover in, but I'm wondering if instead I add Camille as a single target healer who also happens to be in the same faction as this Leia girl here. Or, okay, there's going to be two people who don't go out to fight. So that's another consideration. I don't have to use her. I could use a different healer and throw another person in this faction in as the faction boost. And that might be an idea, except that would be 2 spots for the price of 1 in the wrong direction. Yeah, I don't know. It's not great. None of the above is looking great. I have Andy on there. I think I would rather have Hollow here as the healer, but you know what? Let's just give it a playtest and then see what it looks like. I don't know if this is going to be what I want it to or not, but we're gonna just start with it and see how it looks. So first and foremost, I think I'm gonna throw Arrogance here, Adrian out here. Then we've got Wrath here. We can put Ain behind Arrogance. Need to get Dao Chan out. Um, and then what? Hold on. Then running out of deployables quickly. So let's put a Nora here. I think Setchum maybe here. And then try Camille over here. Now we've got Adrian and um, Adrian and Wrath are outside of healing range over here, but Adrian has his shield and Wrath has his healing. Camille then only has to worry about healing these 5. And of course, she's got Dao Chan, who's also doing that. So, something to think about. Ouch, that was a little... I guess I couldn't actually switch. I thought I could. Turns out, no, no such luck. Well then, now we'll throw Eagle out until we can get Dao Chan back out. Or not Dao Chan, Camille. It's not looking great. And didn't even switch Dao Chan back over. I'm not doing phenomenal here. It's alright. Getting some testing done. Alright. Knocked out Camille again with that first hit. She didn't get a shield on. It's tough times. Well, may as well throw her out in the meanwhile. Charging its power, so let's switch over to DPS mode there. See if we can manage anything. I don't know, it's not looking grand. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Alright, let's pull her back. And you know what? Let's just not put a healer down right now and see what happens with that one. Just with Dao Chan apparently in the wrong mode. That's the way I'm doing things right now. Man, what a mess, huh? Okay, well, that was terrible, and yet it was still the highest. Oh gosh. Oh, let's see here. We got Cody says Mango makes solid vids. Um Dill says Mango is the biggest content creator for PvP. And Cody says I watch 90% of English speaking watcher YouTubers. Cool. So does Dill. Tries to sub to everyone. Cool. Cody says banana luck is good for guides as well. Dill says, do you ever watch R-Type do takeovers? Cool. I don't know what that means. What's a takeover? Other than like, I thought a takeover is when they put your stuff up for you. Um, okay. I always love how war guides beat the stages with the bare minimum. All right, and Cody is going to bed. Have a good night, Cody. All right, so that was interesting. There was a lot of throwing people out there and a lot of dying. And I don't know if that was better or worse than it would have been if I had just either started with Hollow or went without Camille the whole time. Maybe the better option is to keep Camille in the group just for the buff, but not actually throw her out at all. Let's try it again, but this time let's try it without doing that. Let's play test and not use Camille or Leia. Unless, you know, I mean, obviously, if there's a spot open, then we can, but otherwise, there's no need to. Hopefully, we're gonna see if Dao Chan um, can just do the whole thing. So, back to Arrogance here, Edrin here, Aim behind Arrogance, Wrath here, Dao Chan here, and then Setrum. Setrum should be fine here under these conditions, I think. And Nora can go back here. Then we can put Cathedral here. Then we'll see what happens. Dragon is charging, so we blow through all the ultimates. And of course have Dao Chan in DPS mode. Dell says it's when a CC logs into your account and beats stages for you. Oh, that's crazy. So takeover in that they have actually taken over someone's account. I see. Alright, we'll switch over to Dao Chan for this. Now we'll switch back to healing. Get those in recovery. Charging for an assault, so we'll switch to DPS mode on Dao Chan. Let's look at the statistics over there. So we got Arrogance in the top, but Setrum is actually next. That's very, very cool. Better get her switched back to healing right away. So it looks like a second healer is unnecessary on that level 3 right now. Dale says if you really want to get your dragon score up, start building Estrid. Sure which one Estrid is, I'll have to look. She got a 30% defense reduction on her passive. She's used in a bunch of in-game content. I'll look and see who Estrid is. Force reduction on her passive. Alright, so that was the highest dragon blood we've recorded so far. Looks like we got Arrogance followed by Setrum at half the damage of Arrogance. Then Idrun is after that, then Ain followed by Ra, Anora, Idril. I thought Idril might be the lowest that I had as far as DPS goes. So even though she's pretty pretty decently matched, she's just not really great for the dragon. She's okay. She's could be better. Alright. Cool to know. Yeah, Estrid, huh? What kind of a hero is Estrid? Is she a let's go back and see if I can find her. Heroes. 30% defense reduction on passive. Is she a mage? Or Estrid? Let's start with mage. Check it to see if we can find somebody named Estrid. It would be somebody that I probably haven't leveled at all because I don't recognize the name. If I have, it would be very, Northerners Epic Fighter. Alright, let's see. I think that's Northerners. Fighter is here. And sorting by rarity. Okay. Is it this girl? Yes, this girl. Okay, so I got her to level 10. Okay, let's see here. Skills. Increases attack speed. This is your ultimate. That's not what you were talking about. A passive. Each attack launched has a 20% chance of inflicting defense reduction upon your enemy. So say 1 in 5 hits, potentially, she would decrease the defense by 20%. I tried using Mario before with that same kind of an idea, and it was not very useful. It actually was not. It did lower. I ended up doing lower DPS by using Mario than by not using Mario. See if I can find Mario, because I can't remember exactly what her thing does right now. It's been a while. Oh, vulnerability, that's what she does. Targets inflicted with slow by Mario will receive vulnerability. Which increases their physical damage taken by 15% and their magic damage taken by 15%, which is almost as good as the 20% that would be given by Estrid. I mean, 15% isn't much difference. I mean, yes, there is. I mean, but realistically, not that much. Builder with a bunch of attack speed. Yeah, that would be the way to go because you'd have to get those hits up to get 1 in 5. I mean, I guess, with Mari, you've got, her slowing pretty often, and so the odds of them being slowed by her the odds are good. But, I don't know. I'll have to think it through, and plus it depends on what your group build is, I think, as to how much difference it's going to make ultimately. And I may try her again sometime. And of course, if I end up having spare resources, then yeah, Estrid is someone I could give a try to and see how it goes. And the easy way to test that would be if I got her up and then did it on the easy dragon, just to see how it affects the overall damage output. And I can just use the same team, drop the lowest one, and replace whoever's lowest with Estrid, and then see how that affects the damage output at the end. But yeah, I will keep it in mind for sure. 20% damage reduction, damage increase actually. They would have a 20% defense reduction. Makes sense for sure. Okay, let's see. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, today's Wednesday. So I don't need to do the weekly thing yet. Got those things done. Alright, I think I'm gonna hop over. Well, okay. Let's first set some raids to run because we can get this tireless raider stuff going here. I've also got these quick clears, which I discovered today. I think they're new. And they are like auto fights, except they're instantaneous. And it looks to me like they refresh 10 of them per day. So you can use those instead of auto fight battles. It doesn't take your auto fight tokens to do them. Still have to pay the same amount of everything, and you can still apply the tireless raider and all that. So I have 20 because of various things that I've done today, and I could, I guess I could use theoretically all 20 if I wanted to, and it would be so much expenditure of stamina. 880. But I suppose I could do it and get a bunch of stuff very quickly. Would I want to? I don't know. And you know what else I see is, what is this? Okay, so the most we can have at any one time, it looks like it's 99,999 of these. That seems exorbitant. Quick Thursday, yeah, I don't know, crazy. All right, Dill says there's an artifact, Watchguard's Ambition, that procs extra basic attacks. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, good to know for sure. For now, I think I'm just going to max this one out and start it running. And then get out of here and go check out the zombie invasion. But not there. That's not the spot to check out the zombie invasion. Gonna click the right thing this time. Zombie invasion. And it is 11:30, so I think I will just do a quick run through this. Endless stage. And, you know, I tried doing the luck and then doing it quickly, and it's not as easy to do a quick run through with the luck stuff equipped. And so, I'm going to change it for the potions direction, which is there and there, and sure, not that, that's not the one. There's a third potions thing somewhere around here. Who knows? Potion prices, yes, that's the one. Alright, and then I'm just going to quickly choose some things. So I'm going to start out with just choosing things that I prefer, perhaps. I don't know, things that look nice. Okay, so we've got fire and ice on here. So we'll try going toward fire and ice. I don't think it's the best thing, but it's a thing that we can do. So let's just go ahead and go for it. And making quicker decisions that way than trying to, read each thing and think about which one's best and all like that. So we don't have fire or ice options, so we're going to refresh because it's going to be better if we can get those. It's just not being kind to me. Man, what a mess. It did not allow me to. So if I can't get basically a missing fire, the damage, the more heavy damage dealing fire, but you know what, let's just go with Spring of Sticks because I like it, and why not? Just messing around anyway, right? Okay, so I am going to, again, spend not much time thinking about it, and we're just going to try to get the damage plus amounts as much as possible, because those always stack, whereas some of the other things don't stack. So if it's a rarer thing and it clearly stacks, then that's the direction I'm going to go with it. If if they're all the same rarity level, then I'll just look for whatever it is. Like if it says extends, then that typically stacks, or maybe it always stacks. If it says like plus some amount, then that stacks. If it says additional, then that stacks. If it's like a one-time effect, I don't think it stacks. And if it's like a higher level of one of those, then it definitely doesn't. So we have 460 coins here. We could we could go a few different directions, I should say, with this. Let's give it Winter's Bite and fire damage. Winter's Bite like slows them down and does some damage as well, so. And if it says like increases, then that also stacks. So this is my observations anyway. This is what it appears to be to me. So if anyone has any further insight on that, feel free to weigh in. I can tell you that the decisions thus far have been rough because what I'm seeing is these guys are getting very near to the gate already, and they should not be at this part of the game. This is very early for them to be making these kinds of strides toward the gate here. So it doesn't look good for me. It's only on level 9, wave 9, and I feel like that is indicative of failure. Already getting damage on the gate at level 10, man, that's a bad spot to be in, I'll tell you that. It's a horrible um, array over here that I have of these masteries. You can't really focus very well with 3 different lines going like this. We don't have um, a lot of things to use, and so let's see what's doing the most damage. Spring sticks followed by fire, followed by ice. No bueno. Uh, Dill says I've had the same result trying really hard and just picking random stuff. Well, okay, if I spend time on it, then I do better. If I pick randomly, and it's not exactly random, I've never done it entirely random. Um, but if I pick with less thought, then I consistently do worse. I think the worst that I've ever done is, I want to say, wave 19. Um, that being said, I might do worse right now because this looks terrible. Wave 13 and then being this close to the gate is just absolutely garbage. Um, Not doing great, but that's okay. We'll go through it anyway. Um, I think actually the best that I've done was, I think, maybe wave 82, and I was actually using fire and ice. I've never done fire and ice before, I don't think, and I tried it. I don't know. It may have been yesterday. It may have been a couple of days ago, um, and surprisingly did pretty well. About 20 minutes is the best I've ever done, but not with any consistency, says Dill. What do you mean when you say 20 minutes? You mean that you've survived for 20 minutes? Um, let's see, add. Alright. Gonna go with dark damage plus 10. That's better than just detonate damage plus 30. We've got. We're gonna increase the ultimate duration plus 10 seconds because that's always a good idea. Let's go with damage plus 40% on that. And, you know, the gate is not really taking as much damage as I would have thought it would be by now, interestingly. Damage plus 20% there. We got, let's see, ice damage plus 20%. That seems like a good plan. So the ice damage is creeping up. Spring of Sticks is by far the most, interestingly. It's the only dark damage spell that I have. And yet it is increasing. I thought I might not even make it to wave 19 with this setup, but it looks like there's some possibility. I did. I made it to wave 19 shockingly. I really thought this was going to be the worst experience thus far, but not quite. Okay, I don't know if I got the Dark Burn potion, the large one, earlier or not, so don't feel entirely safe grabbing it. I do have ice damage, so we'll grab that and the luck. And you know what? Hey, we'll get that anyway. Why not? This is funsies anyway. Welcome back, Gil. Alright, so we made it to wave 20. That was rough. It was not quite the worst that I've ever done. We made it one level higher, but it was definitively bad. Like you look up bad in the dictionary, it's in there. All right, Spring of Sticks did 70% of that damage, which is crazy. I don't even know. I can't see how many points I had into that, but it didn't feel like it was that well developed. Frostbolt was next, then Blazing Fury and Blizzard. Now, I find that the ice is mostly utility, and so I'm thinking, the reason that Spring of Sticks did so well comparatively is just because it does damage, whereas Frostbolt, Blazing Plume, and Blizzard aren't as much. Dill says the only thing that is always the same for me is that Spring of Sticks always does the most damage. Oh no, not necessarily. So if you go with potions and then you go light and dark, um, you can focus on Blazing Bolt and it will do a great deal of damage. Um, you use the lightning chain as utility, and the blazing bolt does your damage deal. You've got the supplementary with the dark damage, and then you can tie light and dark together with one of the potions that you get where and then also there's the one where masteries intertwine as well. So you definitely start building your blazing bolt damage up pretty good. So we got our reward for challenging one time daily during the event, and it is 10 auto fighter troops. So very, very good. Now we got these quests to claim. Spend 500 stamina, and we get 3 stamina potion samples for that. Not too shabby. I'm gonna check again real quick and see what we have going on here. Lost Legacy is a gear raid thing. It ends in 2 hours and 14 minutes. So if you haven't finished that up, be sure to pop in and do some gear raid 1 and try to get that up. But also in 2 hours and 14 minutes, gear raid 2 Oracle Trial is opening up, and that should be entertaining. I actually want to go look and see where am I at in the gear raids. Gear raid 2. I don't know if we're gonna get Tireless Raider in there or not. I assume so, but I don't know. So I'm on stage 18, it looks like, of this one. Which one is this one? Oh, it's this guy. Sandstorm Dude. He's fun. Let's see. I doubt that I can... Well, I don't know. I might can get higher on that now. I'm not really sure. I was able to just kind of endure through stage 17 using Baron. I think Baron and Regulus. I can't recall for sure. I feel like it might have been Baron and Regulus who were able to power through those hits. And it worked better than using like Decimus and picking him up, or not picking him up because he was just dying. But I think that the Baron and Regulus team was more effective at taking those hits with Dao-Chan healing, and I feel like maybe I don't remember who all I had out there, but I guess I can look by picking fight, huh? Okay, so I had Vortex. That makes some sense. Looks like I had Vortex out there, which will give them some shields, and they can take the hit a little bit better. And that might be what ends up being the way to go again. However, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, because I would like to get... I don't know. I'll have to think about it. This may be the right team to stay with for this. I'm not sure. I'll have to try it again, but I won't be able to tonight because I have to try to get some sleep. It is 11:48 p.m. and so I better get out of here and start heading that direction. We've got 26,400 coins, 10,880 XP potions, a variety of gear, 120 Lost Legacy trophies, 60 Divine Emblems, and 1 White Towers Scholar, Demon Soldier. I keep saying I'm gonna try those demon things sometime. The funny part is, I think you go to the war room, and then there's this demonic crusade, and I think that's the way that you're supposed to use those guys. But I haven't even clicked on demonic crusade yet. I don't think, or if I did, I may have. Let's try clicking and see what happens. No, I definitely haven't. Okay, you can familiarize yourself with demon soldiers by practicing in the training mode. Clear training mode stages to earn guild coins, gold, diamonds, and even Demon Soldier Knight of Destruction. Yeah, alright. I don't want to. I don't want to right now. Oh no, it's gonna make me. I clicked the button. Now I'm committed. Sleep, what was that? Alright, stage one. Stage one of demon training. Okay. So it wants me to click attack, but I want to look and see what we're getting into. If we gotta see. I'm not even gonna be able to click the eye. If I try to, watch what happens. This is so funny. Alright, it's pointing at the attack, and it's like, hey, click here, right? But watch what happens if I try to click, like, this information thing. Look at that. It, like, grays out the rest of the screen. It's like, no, silly. Right here. See where we're pointing? Look right there. That's the one you click. It's like I'm in kindergarten. Alright, yes, attack. Of course. Valkyria says, our demon soldiers will advance toward the enemy's soul core along the blue route. And that's our demon soldiers, by the way, not to be confused with Valkyria's demon soldiers. Alright. So they're just going straight. I think I can handle it. Do I need to click this? Is that why it's blinking? This section outlines your demon soldier team's formation. Take care to carefully organize and assemble your teams. I'm sure I will. Okay, what do we have going on here? It looks like they've got Barut, Rex, Camille, Maureen, and Voltus here. Okay. Click edit teams as it insists. Valkyria says, here lies the roster of their owned demon soldiers. Select and tap on a demon soldier to deploy it. Alright, well let's select, can we select and tap on them to see what they are? No, we have to just click the guy it tells us to. Yes, I understand, Gloved Hand, I understand. Valkyria says this time you will learn how to perform basic operations and win the game. That's good that it's going to teach us how to win the game. As long as we know that, I guess we can't lose, right? Alright, only designated demon soldiers can be used in this stage. Yeah, I gathered that. Alright. So we save settings. And now it's going to make us start battle. We can't even edit the team. It won't let us. It's got it lit up like we can, but I mean, I bet you it won't. Let me see. Maybe we can. But it did. It let us edit the team. Wonders never cease. I realized, hey, there's not a glove here. Maybe I can escape from the bonds of my imprisonment. Alright. Let's see what we have here. We can only use these guys because it's told us so. But what are these guys? Can we press mode? We can. Alright, cool. Alright, Demon Soldier Knight of Destruction. Characterized by extremely high HP, this unit can withstand magic and physical damage concurrently. Cool. Attack enhancements. Attack plus 15%. Okay, we don't have these things unlocked, but someday it'll be able to get max HP plus 10%, defense plus 15%, and magic resistance plus 10%. Oh, cool. Alright. So that's neat. What else we got going here? Commander, the Demon Soldier faction feature is now unlocked. Alright, Demon Soldier factions, absolutely. Chaos. And that's because we have a Demon Soldier with a faction, I suppose. Alright. The unit appears in groups and thus can deal more damage to the soul core within a single deployment, but is relatively fragile and requires allies' cover. Alright. Yes, I have no choice now. Even without the glove gloved hand, it's like, no, you have to click on chaos now. Valkyria says faction demon soldiers have faction exclusive passive skills, and certain skills from demon soldiers of the same faction can have stacking effects. Sure. When a faction lord demon soldier is deployed in the lord slot, demon soldiers of the same faction can receive extra bonuses. Faction lord demon soldiers deployed in the lord slot. Demon soldiers of the same faction. It's just a lord. Okay. Okay. Deploy demon soldier slaughters lord to activate. Sure. I mean that's feels like that's the same as the heroes, right? And I clicked things and things happened. Alright, what else we got here? We've got Demon Soldier Ghoulhound, alright, extremely high movement speed, is capable of launching a surprise attack on the enemy soul core along with other melee units. I see it can overcome the other guys. That makes some sense. And then we have Demon Soldier Skeleton Guardian. Unit possesses relatively high physical defense, but is extremely sensitive to magic damage, making it a good option for providing cover for allies. Okay. Okay. So, what was the deal with these guys? High HP. Alright, so we could send those guys in first. Save settings. I wonder if it's going to let us do it or if it's going to make us do it the way they want us to. Let's try it. And freely drag demon soldiers onto the battlefield based on your current energy. Alright. Brace yourself, Commander. The upcoming battle is unlike any other. In this section, you'll find an overview of the currently deployed demon soldiers. Will I? Okay. Just like in regular battles, you can spend energy to drag a demon soldier onto the battlefield. In this battle, energy will recover slower with a lower cap. Okay. I don't know which guys are which because it's all pictures and they're meaningless to me. I think, though, the gold guy is the one we wanted to send out as the heavy hitter. And I think the guy on the left is a skeleton. Alright. Demon soldiers can inflict damage by charging into the enemy's soul core. Break the opponent's defense in 3 minutes. Oh, okay. So we do get to do this way. Alright, I think the second guy is the dogs. And they were faster. So if we send him in, then can we send in these guys next? And distract that thing and then send the dogs in? Who knows? How many dogs are there? That's the question. No idea. 3 dogs. Alright? Feels like 3 dogs are just gonna slip on in, right? They're busy fighting those things. Can't they just walk in? Yes. Yes, they can. Let's send in some more skeletons. Ah, that may have been the wrong choice. They have defeated my other guys, and we have a magical shield, which is damaging to skeleton guys. It's a shame. It's alright. We'll send some more dogs. And I think, again, they're just going to be able to kind of go through. Yeah. Alright. Well, victory it is. Okay. Rewards obtained. We got 30 guild coins, 10,000 gold, 30 diamonds, and 1 small arachnid demon soldier. There we go. Okay, awesome stats. This guy, whoever he is, the gold guy, dealt the most damage, and the skeleton guys took the most damage because I sent them right into an electrical field. Not the best decision that I've ever made, but it was still effective because it was the tutorial, and therefore I think probably difficult to lose. All right. So success is in the air. complete. Dill says, Demonic Crusade is like the tutorial for Guild versus Guild. Alright. I think Guild versus Guild is fun. Okay, yeah, I don't know. It looks like there's 5 stages. Not gonna do them all tonight, that's for sure. I didn't actually intend to do any of them. I was just gonna look and see if I had looked before. Well, let's see what this says. In the training mode, those garrisoned in the defense towers are all demon soldier trainers deployed by the system instead of real players. According to the requirements of different levels, you need to deploy the demon soldiers preset by the system or those you already own to attack the defense towers. Each stage grants first victory rewards that can be obtained by breaching the soul core 3 times. The number of attacks... Okay, but breaching the soul core 3 times, alright. The number of attacks for each training stage is not limited. When the HP of the defense team and the fortification is reduced to 0, you can tap the reset button to restore its HP and try again. Interesting. After completing the training mode, you'll unlock the real Demonic Crusade stages, featuring more in-depth Demon Soldier gameplay and richer rewards. Once cleared, the training stages won't be accessible through Demonic Crusade, but you can still enter them via training in Guild War. Alright, cool. Good to know. Let's get out of there. And then, I think I better go ahead and start getting off for the night. It was definitely a pleasure streaming with you all, and as always, good chatting with you guys. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see it the next time that I go live. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you then. For now, have a good night.